been to the Boiling Lake? If you've never been to the Boiling Lake because you don't feel like hiking for 6 hours, then guess what? In December 2025, we will take only 20 minutes to get to Dominica's Boiling Lake, and that is the second largest boiling lake in the world because, drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, the cable car will be fully on stream. So this is exciting news for Dominica, and of course, this gives us hope for the future. If you're now joining in, good morning to you and welcome to Talking Tourism. My name is Monel Alexis, and this morning I am your host. So Talking Tourism is a product of the Ministry of Tourism and the Discover Dominica Authority. And on Wednesdays, we get to tell you all the amazing things that are happening within the tourism industry on 767 The Nature Island, Dominica, our favorite place, rather your favorite place to vacation. And there's two. This morning, there's two guests for the program. One, Odile John Baptist. She is the Product Development Manager at Discover Dominica Authority. And later on, we'll be joined by JL Joseph. JL is an influencer, and you would have seen her several times providing support for numerous events and activities that the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority has. This morning, first up, we're talking with Odile John Baptist. Odile, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me on your talk show this morning. I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure to have you, Odile. Odile, it's a rainy morning this morning. It's raining cats, dogs, fowls, chickens, and all the exciting animals in Dominica. How are you feeling about the weather today?
I will take it any day over the hot days, any day. Any rainy day, I appreciate it because it has been unbearably hot for the past weeks.
Were you at Jazz, by the way? Did you enjoy our Jazz festival?
Yes, I was at Jazz. It was a lovely, lovely experience. Lots to eat. And what really stood out at me is the fact that it catered for young kids because I have a toddler who can't stay in one place for too long, and we were able to stay for a few hours, and she was able to enjoy and partake in the kids zone. So yes, I was at Jazz.
Okay, awesome. So let's jazz things up right now because there's three things that we have to discuss this morning. One is the FCCA competition. The other, there's a training for tour guides that are happening very soon, and the government of Dominica is providing some great support for that. And also, there is one other thing, and I'm going to leave that for you to tell people what is going on. So let's talk first and foremost the FCCA competition. I know last year it happened. Recently, two of the individuals who participated, they were pinned. So let's touch on that briefly, and then let's talk about the FCCA competition, what is going on, and how can people participate.
Okay, so we are starting off with the FCCA essay and poster competition. So once again, Dominican students have been invited by the FCCA to participate in its annual FCCA essay and poster competition. This initiative, designed by the FCCA, is to foster tourism awareness amongst the youth, whilst they encourage creativity and critical thinking. So this year, the essay competition will be held under the theme, "If I were a cruise passenger," that if I were a cruise passenger, sorry, what would I like to see or do in my country? So that's the topic on which students are to submit the essays, and the essays should be no more than 500 words.
A
And for
500
the
word essay.
environmental,
For a 500 word essay, that's about a page or a page and a half, thereabout, yes?
yes, thereabout, yeah. Okay. And for the poster competition, the topic, or rather the theme, is how to protect the marine environment from land-based activities.
Mhm.
And students are invited to draw or to do the artwork depicting that particular theme. And the categories are the junior division, which is children under the age of 12, and the senior division with children aged 13 to 16. And we must note that all entries should be submitted through their respective schools. And schools are encouraged to submit one entry where possible per category. Okay, and the deadline for submission to Discover Dominica Authority is June 30th.
Big
And the
question,
and the
Odile. You
mhm.
haven't mentioned what the winner gets. You know, there's two competition. There's the essay and then there's the poster. We mentioned that there's two categories. There's the junior and there's the senior category. But then we're not sure what individuals are going to win, and that is the grab. So let's talk. What would the
Okay.
winners get? Because I'm thinking perhaps the school will receive something, and also the participants should or will receive something as well. So tell us.
Okay, so the prices are attractive as per usual, and for both the senior and both the junior and senior categories, for the first prize, the student will receive a laptop, and the school will receive US $3,000. That
Nice.
is for the first place winner for both the essay and the poster competition. Okay, the second prize, the students will receive a touchscreen device, and the school will receive USD $1,500. And the third place, the student will receive a smartphone, and the school will receive a cash prize of USD $1,000. And in addition to that, once the student makes it to the final round, right,
Mm-hmm.
and is not part of the top three, he or she will be awarded US 200 US
That's good.
for the efforts at the competition.
That's good. So last year, two Dominicans, rather this year, at the Youth Congress, we awarded two students who would have participated in the FCCA competition, awarded and pinned, if my memory is correct.
Yes. So it was basically last month. Brian Winston and Sanjay Robinson, they both participated in last year's competition, and they made it to the final round of the competition. And so they were awarded the USD 200 dollars for making it to the final round. And Discover Dominica Authority, we matched that amount in check, and as well as we pinned these two students as tourism youth ambassadors for the next year.
That is incredible. I'm certain that the little ones felt so happy and accomplished because of that. Kudos.
Oh yes, they did. They did. And so we're hoping that that move will definitely motivate their classmates and other students, Dominican students, to throw their hat into the ring and, submit their entries to see if we can actually top the competition, both competitions this year.
Great. So let's recap. The FCCA competition, there's two categories. One, the essay competition, and two, a poster competition. The topic for the
Yeah.
essay competition is what again?
The topic for the essay competition is if I were a cruise passenger, what would I like to see or do in my country?
And for the poster competition,
And for the poster competition, the theme is how to protect the marine environment from land-based activities.
so great. And the deadline for submission.
And the deadline for submission to Discover Dominica Authority is Monday, June 30th, 2025. And
For
we must highlight that all entries has to be made through the respective schools.
okay, so you submit to your school, and your school will select the best And the best student or the best essay, the best poster will then be submitted to Discover Dominica Authority. Great.
Yes.
All right, so guys, this is exciting. I'm hoping that lots of students participate in this one and we have quality applicants like we did last year. So, we can wrap this up and talk about something else that is exciting that's happening with the Discover Dominica Authority. I know for a fact that you've been working very hard on this one. And at some point in this quarter, we will be having a Tourism Excellence Awards. I know nominations closed yesterday, but can you inform the public on the categories for this awards ceremony? It's a gala, right?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Ah, yes.
So the so recently we had the nomination period for the submission of nominations for the Tourism Service Excellence Awards 2025. And that particular initiative is to honor the outstanding contribution to Dominica's tourism industry. And we are also looking at celebrating individuals, businesses, organizations that have demonstrated exceptional service, innovation, and commitment to the sustainable and community-based tourism development in Dominica.
Mm-hmm.
And so nominations opened sometime in April. To be specific, it ran from April 15th to June 10th. And the awards categories, the categories, sorry, are the Tourism Service Excellence Award, Innovation in Tourism Award, the Sustainable Tourism Champion Award, Community and Cultural Impact Award, the Outstanding Tourism Experience Award, Tourism Lifetime Achievement Award, and the People's Choice Tourism Champion of 2025. And so the winners of the various categories, sorry, will be selected by the award selection committee, and the winners will be awarded and recognized at a grand tourism gala, which will take place in the upcoming weeks. And I should also mention that the members of the committee, the selection committee, consists of local and regional professionals who possess extensive knowledge and expertise in the tourism industry.
Are you satisfied with the quality of nominees you received for this event?
Yes, we were quite surprised at the number of nominations that we received per category. The response was satisfactory, and as well as the quality of the nominations, it surpassed our expectations. And so we are expecting that persons will will feel rewarded and awarded for their work towards the development of Dominica's tourism industry.
So it's a gala. We get to dress up and celebrate the people who have been contributing very well to the tourism industry.
Yes, it will be. It will be a grand gala, and I must say that this year's award, 2025, it comes after several years of absence. I believe the last tourism awards ceremony we had was sometime back in 2020, 2013, 2014, thereabout. And so I know that the industry is quite excited for the reintroduction of that particular event.
I agree. That is something very exciting. All right, guys, so we can look forward to seeing or experiencing the Tourism Service Excellence Awards at some point in the very near future. And this one, a product of the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority. Now, Odile, there's one more thing we need to touch on before you leave. I know that there's a training program that will be taking place very soon, and this one is subsidized. So let's talk about training. tourism industry, tour guides, and all the exciting stuff that's happening.
Okay, so yes, so this one is quite timely, and it is the announcement that the government of Dominica has approved a policy to subsidize the NICE certification for tour guides for the upcoming 2025-2026 cruise season. And this initiative really is was born out of the demand or the call for an increase in the number of individuals being certified as tour guides to service organized tours. And so the initiative will cover or will fully subsidize the cost of the tour guide training, which is held at the Dominica State College, because to become certified as a tour guide, you must undertake that training. And so that training will be fully covered under that program. In other words, it will be free. Okay. Then we're looking at also the license fee or the tourism license fee being covered or being waived, because once you come
Good.
off the tour guiding training, the next step in order for you to work as a tour guide with any tour operator or with any taxi driver or operator, you need to hold a tourism license, or rather, you need to be NICE certified. And so the relevant fees attached to that license, which is $75 or 125, will be waived, and as well as the fees for the port ID will be waived. Okay, and so we might be wondering, but why do all of this? Okay, and the ultimate goal is to improve the overall visitor experience and to strengthen
Mm.
Dominica's positioning in the global cruise tourism industry by first developing the pool of certified or professional tour guides who are available to service organized stores. So we are doing all of this with a view of being more competitive, and two, ensuring or elevating the experience, the quality of the visitor experience whilst they are on island.
And I also want to plug in that for the 2024-2025 cruise season, we recorded a 19% increase in passenger arrivals and an estimated EC 24 million in visitor expenditure. So for that and of course many other reasons that you would have recently disclosed, it is very important and timely that we train more people so that they too can take advantage of all the benefits of being involved in the tourism sector here in Dominica. It is a growing industry and it's exciting, you know. And I will plug in that, Discover Dominica Authority, Ministry of Tourism, we have been doing a lot to ensure that the destination is being promoted very widely. CHTA happened recently, the marketplace in Antigua. CTO Week, Caribbean Tourism Association Week, recently took place last week. Dominic had a great presence there with Asa Banton and some other stakeholders, as well as our team from Discover Dominica Authority. I know that the authority, we also did multiple activations in Trinidad and in several other islands, interviews and so forth. And you too, you would have participated in Sea Trade. Sea Trade important for the cruise industry. Can you shed some light on that before you leave?
Okay, so we participated in Sea Trade that was held in Miami during the month of April. The delegation was actually led by the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Honorable Dennis Charles Pemberton, and this is one of the largest cruise events. Okay, and at that event, we were able to hold one-on-one meetings with a number of cruise executives, and we were able to discuss up and coming projects that will impact or that will enhance the cruise visitor experience. We were also able to discuss the cable car, the impact of the geothermal energy project that's ongoing,
That's a
and as well
10
as
megawatt. The production, the output should be about 10 megawatts of energy, and that should supply at least 50% of the energy consumption in Dominica. So that's pretty exciting, and that too is expected to be on stream later this year. So
yes,
amazing stuff.
yes, as well as with the addition of the cable car, which is projected to commence operation sometime later this year,
So
and also
we're gonna have a good Christmas. We're gonna have the
oh yes, we're going to
geothermal
have
on
a great
stream.
Christmas.
So we're
Yes.
ending the year with the geothermal and also with the cable car. Great Christmas gift for us Dominicans. But you were
Yes,
saying,
yes,
go ahead.
yes.
Oh, you were talking about sea trade and what transpired.
Yes, and other areas of development that would impact, the cruise visitors experience. And we also had on display our products, the various promotional materials, and so on and so forth. So it was a great event, and it was a push towards getting more vessels to Dominica, and also more visitors to Dominica. So we are looking forward, to continuing our push towards cruise development in Dominica.
As you mentioned, getting more crews into Dominica. I know we've closed, the season has commenced, or rather has ended. What are your thoughts, projections for the next season? What are you feeling? What are you thinking is going to happen for Dominica next cruise season?
Well, initial projection is there will definitely be an increase in terms of the number of vessels coming to Dominica. We are excited about this because we are seeing that the efforts put in by the Ministry of Tourism as well as Discover Dominica is bearing fruits. And so we are excited about that. And we will continue to work in the off season by way of one, doing or rather building capacity, hosting training sessions targeting the tourism service providers, in order to elevate the quality of our service rendered to visitors. We will also have a networking opportunity where we will be hosting a cruise stakeholder symposium, and we are looking at bringing in one or two cruise executive, which will speak towards the cruise visitor expectation for that particular cruise brand. We will also be looking at, how we go about developing packages specific to cruise visitors, because now it is now time to look beyond the Trafalgar Falls and the Emerald Pool. We need to now
True.
factor in the other elements of the destination. And so these are some of the things that we will be doing in the off season to prepare for the cruise season in October.
All right, Odile, thank you very much for that information. And I know lots of positive things will happen or continue to happen with Dominica and our Ministry of Tourism. And I thank you for playing your part in growing our tourism industry. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much, Mona.
All right, so that there, guys, was Odile John Baptist. Thank you very much, Odile. Up next, conversation with Miss J.L. Joseph. We're going to be talking about the Ministry of Tourism's Clean and Green video competition. And if you know JL is a content creator. JL is very savvy when it comes to creating content and doing all things media. I'm saying good morning to Miss JL Joseph right here, connecting via Zoom. Hi JL, how you doing?
Hi, Monel. Good morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm happy to be alive.
Step one. And by the way,
Yes, I'm happy to be alive.
I will commend you on your weight loss journey. You look wonderful. It's very encouraging.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've been eating too much, and looking at you, I'm like, okay, man, now
Well,
we need to make better decisions. So,
it's 70% what you eat and 30% working out. So if you have a problem with food, then you probably will never lose. Like I have a problem with food, and that's why it took me so long to lose because I like going to the gym. But it's really a lot of what you eat. You have to change. We have a lot of fresh stuff in Dominica, and we have to start promoting eating more healthy, and so that we can live longer. I want to live longer. I want to see my grandchildren.
oh, that's commendable. I need to have a child first to think about a grandchild. Work in progress, yes. Work in progress, but I would take you on this one. 70% what I eat and 30% exercise, and we'll see what.
Mm.
I like being happy, so I do things that make me happy. I'm intentional about my happiness. So if a certain
I food make you
food,
happy.
certain things make me happy. So if today I feel like having a pizza and pizza's gonna make me happy, I'm gonna buy me a pizza because pizza's gonna make me happy today. So that's how I think.
Well, that is a good thing that is a good way to be, but you also have to think about the long run, right?
Yes,
So
and
it can
seeing
make
my
you happy now. Will
grandchildren
it make you happy forever?
and seeing my grandchildren, right? Yeah, that too. But JL, we're here to talk about the video competition that's happening with the Ministry of Tourism. Before I start that, I want to say thank you so much for always willing to collaborate and work with us at Discover Dominica Authority and the Ministry of Tourism. Your work as an influencer, content creator goes a long way in amplifying our message and getting people excited about being in Dominica and doing all things Dominica. So thank you very much for your contribution. So,
Well, thank you very much, Monel, for that, and thanks to the Ministry of Tourism as well as DDA, for the opportunity always.
So let's talk. Video competition deadline June 14th. What's going on? What's your part? Let's talk.
Well, the video competition, I mean, it's an exciting one. I know a lot of times young people say, they're not involved in what goes on in terms of the policies or initiatives that are implemented across Dominica. And that is an opportunity for young people under the age of 35 to get involved in something that is meaningful because we promote cleanliness and greenery in Dominica. We want everything to stay clean and green because we're an eco tourist destination. And we know tourism is everybody's business. So it's not just your business, Mona, because you're on. It's everybody from the time you step out to how you take care of your current surroundings, what you do when you get on the bus. There's pollution, there's all of these different things. So we have to take all of this into consideration, and this is a perfect opportunity for young people to get involved in a way that they're accustomed of getting involved. I mean, how many young people that don't use their phone, they don't do videos? I mean, a lot of young people are involved in using their phones, whether they're creating a get ready with me video, or a makeup video, or a wig install, or a clothing haul. Young people are getting involved in video content and creations, and this is an opportunity for them to become a youth ambassador. So you can be the face of the youth ambassador program for the next year, and all you have to do is submit a video that really reflects your passion, it reflects your knowledge, and even an idea on how everyone can contribute to a cleaner, greener, more sustainable tourism experience in Dominica. So that's essentially what the competition is. It's very easy to participate. You just have to create a 1-minute video, or utilizing the theme, which is the theme, of course, being tourism is everybody's business. Keep Dominica clean and green, and you can submit it. It's easy peasy if you have a knack for doing these. I've had actually a few young people reach out to me and say that they are interested. Some people that I didn't think that would be interested are actually interested in it. So I want to encourage them to go ahead and apply. I mean, it's an opportunity for you to have your voice out there, to advocate, to do what you love doing, and get recognized for it for an entire year and be part of of the change, or even implementing new ideas as it relates to tourism in Dominica.
And I like the fact that they get to be the national youth ambassador. You're not just because recently with the minister of tourism, Honorable Dennis Charles Pemberton, we've started our school visit. We've started our school visits over again. Our first stop, I think 2 weeks ago, we were in the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School in St. Joseph, and we pinned students as youth ambassadors. So we are building, we do have a youth ambassador program, and we are getting participants for the youth ambassador program. So every school that we visit, the students will do an activity, and based on the responses of their presentations, then we pin that group. So 7 individuals were pinned, 7 students were pinned as youth ambassadors 2 weeks ago, and there was a youth congress back in May, and we had pinning of other students who would be forming part of the youth ambassador program. And for this competition, the individual will be the national youth ambassador, so that person will be leading the corps. So this is very exciting, and I'm looking forward to great participation from individuals. And Dominica is our own, and like as you mentioned earlier, all of us love taking videos, and creating a video is very simple with AI, and with all these amazing different tools out there. It is very simple to just capture, put in, and just have the software generate something amazing for you. Or you can have the option of being at your creative self and inducting or introducing all your creative elements into something to be really amazing. So I'm hoping that lots of people participate.
Yes.
And I met somebody yesterday who I was surprised that she was participating. So I'm pretty excited.
I am so surprised some certain people are participating,
Yes.
but not surprised in the sense of whoa, you're participating, but it's surprising in the sense of I didn't know you would want to be a youth ambassador,
Yes.
like that you had those kinds of aspirations. So that was really interesting. That's been interesting. A few DJs have actually reached out and said that they want to participate. So, and I encourage every single one, go ahead and participate. Make sure you follow the rules, because you as the influencer or the creator, you must be present in image and likeness in the video. So it's not just putting out a voice. Your voice also has to be in the video, and you have to ensure that your video and message, it's well reasoned. You've researched the information that you're talking about, so you're not just saying whatever. You're actually putting together information that is valuable, that is part, or that makes part of the tourism product. You also want to make sure that you're being creative, you're being original, and obviously your delivery, you have to be confident. You cannot look like as if you're nonchalant, or you just by the rule pull up. Be very confident, be dressed appropriately, of course, dress to what you're talking about. Like if you're in a professional setting, make sure you look professional. If you're probably doing something on the beach, be in your beach wear, but I mean, obviously with tastefully done. And obviously, man, when I say tastefully done,
yes.
And obviously, you want to be able to connect to different age groups. So make sure that you know what your target audience is, or who your target audience is, and you're able to present yourself in the video as wanting to reach that specific audience. And submit it to tourism@dominica.gov.dm. Submit your video, and the deadline is this Saturday. So if you've not, you still have a couple days. You still have 3 days.
3 more days to go.
I'll tell you. I'll give you guys a secret.
3 more days to go.
I created 3 videos in one day. So 3 of the videos that were done for this. So you can do 3 videos in 3 days, right? So you just have to come up with the idea. If you naturally have a knack for it. But even if you don't have a knack for it, and this is something that you've wanted to pursue, you might just find your niche. You might just be, develop something that you didn't really know that you could do so well. So go ahead and just pull out your phone, and I'm actually going to be sharing today some tips on how to create a 1-minute video. So you guys, people who follow me, and as well as the tourism page, you'll probably get those tips if you need any tips, if you're new to this. But for those of you who have been doing this for a while, just go ahead and knock it out of the park.
Okay, let's break it down into the specifics. The theme for the video. Yes.
So the theme is tourism is everybody's business. Keep Dominica clean and green.
And the video,
so that's the theme.
And the video duration?
1 minute.
Who can apply? Who can participate?
Anyone between the ages of 12 and 35.
And for the video, I know you mentioned a mascot. So what about a mascot or logo? You mentioned the person's face. The person must be in the video, and their voice must form part of the video as well. That's correct?
Yes. So you could include a mascot or video, or a logo, obviously to help boost your message.
Is it mandatory? Is that mandatory?
It's not mandatory, no. But that aspect of it will help boost your video. What is mandatory is that you have to be in the video, and your voice must be also in the video, because that you'll be judged on that as well.
And the message must be well-reasoned and research-based, creative and original, delivered confidently, as you mentioned earlier. And if you would see JL, if you're looking for somebody who's confident, there's that for you. And also appropriately dressed, and not forgetting connects with all age groups. You mentioned target audience earlier. Is there a particular age group that we're targeting, or individuals should consider targeting, or is it just broad everyone?
I think it's because remember, tourism is everybody's business. So your audience as a creator. So my audience, I have a specific audience that I appeal to, right? If your audience is between the ages of 12 and 20, then by all means, we would expect the content of your video to target that specific audience, right? So there's no limitations on how or who you can create for, as long as you are creating content that will appeal to everyone, right? Because tourism is everybody's business. So we all just put your heart in it and let's do it.
For someone who wants ideas, can you throw in a few things that they might think of or should consider when creating their video?
Well, a few things they can think about. You might want to think about, where you're going to stand to do your video. If you're going to use somebody to help you, like somebody might film it for you, or you're going to use a tripod to do it. I tend to use, like I have a DJI Pocket 3, so it moves with me, so I don't need somebody per se. I just set up my tripod and I just roll. But if you want to be moving in your video, you want to probably get somebody to help you with that. You want to know what you're going to talk about, so that it flows fluently, so that you're not stuttering, you're not stopping, you're not saying too many because you're uncertain of what you're saying. So you want to make sure that you know what you're talking about. So when we say make sure you've researched the information, if you're going to be giving data, make sure your data is fact. So, you don't want to, because whoever wins this, your video will obviously be put out, right? So you want to make sure that the data that you've presented is factual. You also want to make sure that you are taking into consideration your lighting, the surroundings, if you're in a noisy area, because you want the messaging to come out clearly. So all of these things to consider. When you're thinking about what exactly to do, there are lots of different ideas. You can think about probably how clean up the beaches, or you might think about like how I had an idea, actually, like a meme, like you hold a big stone in your hand, and somebody throw trash. How you feel about people when they throw trash on the beach and you just have a big stone in your hand? That is you know what I mean? That is an idea, right? That's how you feel, right? You're not necessarily
That's
gonna
true.
do it, you just feel
No,
it
no,
that
no,
way.
no, no. We're not encouraging violence, but this stone can convey a
We,
message, you know? We're conveying messages.
we
Yeah.
right, right. You just saying how you feel. You just saying how you feel. Or even when you think about pollution in the ocean, you could look at how, you could take the river, no, the river say, we are known for liming a lot, and we're doing river limes. So you might want to incorporate that, something like that, into your video. You might want to look at the various sites across Dominica and incorporate those into your video. So whether you're doing something along the lines of, these are my favorite rivers to go to because of, I like that one because of this. I like that because of that one, because we can do this there. We can do river tubing there. We could do, you decide how you want to, or what content you want to reflect on. And if it's a food video, when you eat stuff, where you throw stuff, we have a lot of people who drink coconut water on a regular basis, and they, where do they put all of the husk? And, from the, that is an angle that you might want to look at in terms of educating people on how to dispose of that sort of waste, because it's not just appealing to tourists, it's also appealing to people, right? You have to be able to appeal to Dominicans, because it's our job to keep the environment clean, so that when people come in, when visitors come in, they're able to enjoy a clean and green Dominica.
Agreed. So exciting initiative, and JL, your role in this project?
Well, I'm simply just an influencer. I'm an influencer. I was contracted to encourage folks to be part of this initiative. I mean, tourism is my business too, so
Mm-hmm.
I would like to do my part, and I want to big up, the Ministry of Tourism and Discover Dominica Authority, and who reached out, and I agreed. It wasn't something that I was forced on me, so I had to agree. I was asked whether or not I would be interested in doing something like that, and I felt it was important for me to play my part in the tourism product, and I'm happy to be on to do this. So until the 14th, we are really encouraging folks to submit the document. So there's a QR code that you can scan, and that's available online, and that pulls up a Google form that presents all the information for you. But if you follow me, I also provide a Bitly link that will take you straight to the actual information, and it gives you all of the things I said is repeated in that document. You enter your information, and you're able to submit your video right away in that document.
All right, guys. So great stuff. So this is the Nature Island Keep Dominica Clean and Green video competition. The deadline is this weekend, that is June 14th. The winner will become Dominica's National Tourism Youth Ambassador for 2025 into 2026. This will be your title. In addition, you will receive other prizes and recognition, and you will have a team to work with as well, because, as I said earlier, we have been actively pinning young people as tourism youth ambassadors. So imagine being, le president, the person in charge to run this thing, captain on the ship. This could be you. And all you have to do is simply participate. Video 1 minute in duration. You want details? Two options for you. One, head over to JL Joseph's Facebook page. Remember, she has all the details there. If you are not sure how to create your content, how to be savvy enough, JL got you. She's creating all that information for you. So head on, give her a follow, and get the information right there. Also, you can hop on to the Ministry of Tourism's Facebook page. The information is there as well. Look out for a graphic. It's green. Remember, we're keeping Dominica clean and green, so the graphic looks green. Look for that color graphic. There's a QR code that would take you to a landing page that contains more details. So when you see it, take somebody's phone, open the camera, and just focus on it and click to open into, so you can get to that landing page. Again, don't forget to participate. Lots of amazing things happening with the Ministry of Tourism, and we thank people like JL and all the other amazing influencers in Dominica who have been playing their part to ensure Dominica's name is out there and to ensure we look great. And lately, Dominica has been looking good, and it feels good when Dominica looks wonderful. Don't you think so, JL? We've been looking good.
Yeah, man. Of course, you want Dominica to look good. I mean, who doesn't want their country to look good? A lot of good things have been happening for Dominica, both in the tourism as well as music industry in Dominica. So kudos to everyone who's been part of that.
And JL saying thank you very much for joining me on Talking Tourism. Any final words?
No, just want to encourage folks to submit your video. Do not stick, go ahead. I almost want to say advance.
Do the right thing.
Right? Go ahead and take part in this. Tourism is your business too. If you want to present something that has to do with crafts and cleanliness, but just make sure it embodies the theme. And as long as you are a citizen and resident of Dominica and you're under the age of 35, you can participate. You can create that 1-minute video and share with tourism at dominica.gov.dm, or click on the QR code or scan the QR code or click on the bit.ly link that is presented on all of the promo that's out there. So we want to see lots of folks submitting their videos over the next couple of days. I know this is a good little, time to submit. When people tend to be more creative when it's last minute. So the competition's tight. All right. So all the comedians, out there, the musicians who want to be part of it and lend their voice to it. That's your opportunity. As long as you're under the age of 35, you qualify.
Awesome. Thank you very much, JL Joseph, for your input on this one. And we look forward to working with you. Okay. We shall keep working together. Yes.
Okay. Shall keep working together. Have a good one.
Totally. All right. Bye-bye. All right, guys. So this was the JL Joseph. And, of course, it's my pleasure being with you for yet another Talking Tourism program right here on DBS Radio. It's about time that I shut things down. Wadix is up next with his amazing program, and his guests are already in studio number 2. So this is where I say, if you're in Dominica for the first time, welcome to the Nature Island, the best place to vacation in the world. If you're in Dominica for the first time, remember to respect yourself, respect our people, respect the environment, and ensure that you have a fantastic time. And I will plug in, please be happy and be intentional about your happiness. Until next week, Wednesday, do stay happy. Yes.